Peace, y'all. It's your man, Jay Cerrone. I was listening to a video while I was working, and it brought up the concept of culture industry, which was new to me, right? But the concept makes sense. So I did some research. And a lot of us, the people that look like me, we complain about culture vultures, right? Whether it be music, hip hop, R&B, movies, even books. I'm an author. I have a publishing company, paperchasepublications.com, shameless plug, right? So anyway, I did some research, right? Study.com, social science courses. There's an article I'm going to share. I'll put it in the description. Culture industry, overview, theory, and influences. And the concept of culture industry is new to me, but it makes sense because industry, we live in a capitalistic society, right? So everything's about money, right? Right, wrong, or indifferent. It is what it is, right? So the ideas of culture industry, it was a concept come up like about 100 years ago by two German guys, so they don't look like me, right? Adorno and Horkheimer, right? Adorno and Horkheimer critique of the culture industry comes in the chapter of Dialectic of Enlightenment called The Culture Industry, Enlightenment as Mass Deception. They argue that the culture industry operates for profit, though they believe its underlying aims are more nefarious, so evil. And that it also seeks to enforce conformity to a particular social hierarchy. So a totem pole, social totem pole, right? This assertion may seem far-fetched, but the authors present a strong argument that though the production of matched cultural goods, both the consumer and art itself are stripped of any meaningful individual identity. First, it's important to note that the authors wrote in German, and thus the word culture retained a specific meaning that had since faded in the development of the English term. Culture has its origins in cultivation, so like farming, right? Agriculture, right? A process of shaping development. Culture shows a way of life that has come into being through a natural process of development. Cultural works then were prior to the culture industry, materials that reflected the spiritual character of a people group and presented new ideas so as to provoke reflection and inspire change. But with the advent of a culture industry, the development of artistic form in this sense has been abandoned. To produce culture for society-wide audience, or even subsets of this audience, large-scale culture production is said to demand organization and planning of its accepted forms. Though it is claimed that its standards were based in the first place on consumer needs, the authors argued that in determining these needs, consumers no longer individuals were grouped into categories. These categories are then catered to in a circle of manipulation and retroactive need. So, for instance, you have groups like black music, black cinema, blaxploitation, hip hop, R&B, emo, you see what I'm saying? Gangster rap. You see what I'm saying? Emo rap. You know what I mean? So, and then you have, when people complain about you stole hip hop, or people complain about, like myself, how can you say that a white rapper, Eminem, is the greatest when black people invented it? Or when you say Chuck Berry invented rock and roll, not Elvis? How is Post Malone one of the most streamed hip hop artists when he says he doesn't even like rap? He prefers country music, right? Then you could take it even a step further to imperialism and colonialism, when people smile in your face, shake your hand, and steal your land and steal your resources. Even what's going on now in the Congo, Haiti, all over the world, the opium wars in China that happened in the late 1800s, early 1900s, headdress, sports teams, the Braves, the Redskins, right? It goes deep if you really want to think about appropriation in the cultural industry, and anything that's any industry or any company that makes money off of something that they didn't originate. And then when people complain about it, because in the hierarchy, socioeconomically, they don't make as much money as people that took their resources or took their culture and then say, what are you mad about? Get over it. What are you talking about? I don't understand. You understand what I'm saying? So feel free to share your thoughts. And if this resonates with you, like, share the video. And if you disagree, feel free to disagree respectfully. Thanks for watching if you made it this far.